Hello, friends from across the nation and around the world. I'm Martin, and you are listening to Dad's Bedtime Stories. And tonight, we are finally headed back to the Cards of Power universe. If you haven't been listening in a while, our current arc has taken us to a Deity Level Tournament. You have recently passed the preliminary rounds, and now it's time for the actual tournament. Which means it's time for a listener suggestion. Let's see what we have here.
Hi Martin, I'm Dominic. I live in Australia and I have a suggestion for the Cards of Power series where in the Deity Tournament, Magnus is sick, so you have to use Dominic the Dingo, and then at the very end, only one or two of his clones is left, and then eventually his clones win, and his opponent is a armadillo that has like titanium armor, and its power is like speed and strength. So yeah, thanks Martin, love the podcast, bye.
Well, Dominic, I really do like Dominic the Dingo. It might be because I've done like 3 full episodes on him, I think, his backstory and everything that you can check out if you want to. And it might just be because, he has time manipulation powers and time clones, which I think is really cool. Anyways, if you have an idea for the Cards of Power series, or really any other series, I am particularly interested in getting ideas for opponents for the Deity Level Tournament, both other card holders and their powers. So leave me those suggestions, and you just might find it on a future episode. If you like the podcast, don't forget to rate it, review it, interact with it, or share it with a friend. It all helps a lot. We are a small independent podcast, and by we, I mean just me. It's really just me here running this whole thing by myself. So any support goes a long way. Now it's time to get as comfy as you can in that bed, close your eyes, and imagine yourself doing what the kid in the story does. You wake up inside your highly advanced-looking hotel. You nudge Magnus awake as well. What's going on? It's time for the actual tournament, you say. We're in round 1. We passed the preliminaries. Oh yeah. I mean, of course we did. With me around, how could you possibly lose? Magnus says. Right. Well, let's go get some breakfast. You head downstairs to the main lobby where you have a pretty amazing continental hotel breakfast, as you usually do. Then you check one of the screens to see where you're set to battle. It indicates that you're in Main Battle Arena 3. You haven't been in one of the main battle arenas before, so you're interested to see what it looks like. You pull up the map, check the location, and then head outside. Outside, you summon your magical wings card, and you and Magnus fly high above all of the people and things below. From up above, it's also easier to tell where the battle arena you're looking for is because it looks a lot more like the map you were looking at. You spot a very large building off in the distance, surrounded by smaller battle arenas, and you fly directly toward it. Below, you see streams and streams of people headed into the arena. They must be spectators, ready to watch your battle. The whole idea of that many people watching makes you a little bit nervous. You soon spot another entrance that's labeled for competitors. You float down and land in front of the door. Please present your credentials, a robotic-looking person says. You produce your ID card from your card core. Understood. You will be taking part in the first match of the day. Please proceed through the doors to Dressing Room 1. When it's time for the tournament to begin, the doors will open and you will enter the main battle stadium. Okay, got it, you say. You make your way down the hall and into a large and very empty dressing room. What do we do now? Magnus asks. I guess we just wait, you say, as you sit down on the bench. You can hear the crowd getting louder and louder from outside the dressing room, and soon the doors open. Well, I guess it's time, buddy. Are you ready? Am I ready? I was born ready. Those other creatures better watch out. I can probably defeat all of them on my own. You won't even need your other cards. Oh, good, you say, but at least I have them just in case. You head out the main doorway and enter into a gigantic arena. It's on a completely different scale from the other ones you've battled in so far. There are stands, covered by some sort of protective force field, with thousands or maybe tens of thousands of spectators that look like they're from all different planets. There's floating cameras and drones circling around the battlefield, a giant holographic screen displaying close-ups of, well, you and Magnus walking in this case, along with your power readings and known card abilities. There also seem to be several alien announcers commenting from little floating glass booths that make their way around the arena. One of the announcers is playing over the speaker. Our next competitor is something of a historical curiosity. The first cardholder from Earth to enter this tournament in over 100 years. That's right, Gary. Earth only recently reopened its Deity Level protected area. Until then, the most powerful cards were stored off-world, primarily in their lunar zone. Very interesting indeed. Now, on the other end of the tournament stadium, we have a crowd favorite, Vorlax. You look across the stadium to see an enormous blue alien with 4 arms, a wide head, and tiny little legs that never touch the ground because he's floating on a high-tech looking chair. He looks lazy, but he's clearly an experienced tournament card holder. You make your way to the center line of the stadium, where a referee walks towards you. All right, everybody. Good to have you here. Now, I just need to go over the rules of the competition. As you probably already know, each competitor is going to select 3 creature cards. Only 1 magical creature card can be active at any time. When a creature is defeated, it will of course automatically return to its card, and your opponent will receive 1 point. The first card holder to get 2 points by defeating 2 of the other person's creatures will win. A victorious magical creature can remain for the next round, or it can be voluntarily withdrawn. Now, please make way to your protected areas. You nod in understanding, and you and Magnus head to the back of the arena. You stand inside a circle, and a force field immediately appears around you, shooting all the way up to the top of the arena. Magnus, understanding that he's obviously going to go first, steps forward and begins to evolve. He moves through all of his evolutions this time, first transforming into a bipedal dragon, then growing larger into a traditional fire dragon, before growing into an incredibly sized mythic dragon, and then shrinking down a little bit to his deity level. A black dragon with veins of pure sunlight energy, and of course a connection to pretty much every element at this point. Vorlax lights up his card core from across the arena. Light streams out of it and forms itself into a gigantic blob of slime or something. A huge living slime creature. It honestly resembles a giant pile of snot or something like that. "Competitors, are you ready?" You nod to the referee in agreement. Vorlax nods as well. A shield appears around the referee, and he floats up into the air. "Then we will begin in 3, 2, 1, go." Magnus doesn't hesitate at all. He takes a huge breath and unleashes a blast of solar fire. It hits the slime directly and causes it to explode into a whole bunch of different pieces that fly all over the arena. They hit the walls, they hit the shields, they hit the ground, the ceiling, and, well, a few of them even hit Magnus. "Ah, gross," Magnus says, quickly trying to rub off the slime. He sets his entire body on fire to try to burn it away. Then, all of the little balls of goo begin to move, transforming into smaller versions of the slime itself, and moving back down towards Magnus. One by one, they spring off of the surfaces they've landed on and shoot directly at the dragon. Magnus attempts to dodge. He moves out of the way, swings his tail, bats some of them to the side, but others collide with his body, creating, well, really nasty-looking goobers all over him. "Oh, this is disgusting," Magnus says. Then he lights up into a bright white light, as bright as the sun itself, and the little pieces of slime begin to boil and then completely melt away off of his body. Unfortunately, more slime starts to approach. Magnus looks to the little water feature inside the arena, reaches out with his mind, grabs the water, and begins flying it all over the arena. He splashes as many of the creatures as he can and instantly freezes the water into ice. As they attempt to attack again, Magnus shoots a column of earth up around his body in all different directions and continues to attack using the water. Creature after creature is, well, frozen solid and unable to move, but, well, there's just too many of them. Magnus gets hit from behind with a ball of slime. He can't quite figure out exactly what it does, but, well, it doesn't feel very good. In response, he decides to go, well, nuclear. Magnus lights up a bright white color again until an aura that creates a sort of mini sun around him begins to burn. Everything in the arena becomes incredibly hot. The ground melts into lava, the water evaporates, All of the plant life and grass and trees spread throughout the arena, almost instantly, incinerates. Even through your protective shield, you can feel the heat. But luckily for you, it does seem to work. The little goobery creatures start to disintegrate themselves, and soon, in a flash of light, the creature disappears and reforms into its card core. Ladies and gentlemen, we seem to have a winner. 1 point awarded. The crowd cheers, the cameras spin around Magnus as he allows the heat to dissipate from the arena, as he turns the floor into, obsidian. As he often leaves arenas, the place is completely destroyed after such a powerful display of heat magic, but, at least the slime creature was defeated. But Magnus suddenly doesn't look so well. He takes in a deep breath and unleashes a gigantic sneeze that brings fire with it. I suddenly feel really dizzy and really sick. He sits down on the ground. Maybe that's what the creature's powers were, you say. You defeated it before it defeated you, but it seems like it still impacted you. Let's get on with the next round, Magnus says, 'cause I need a nap. Buddy, I think it's probably better if you take a nap now. You don't look so well, and if you get defeated in the arena, then, we lose a point. Fine. Turn me back into a card. And with that, you know that Magnus really isn't feeling well. He hates being a card. You reach out with your card core and recall the creature. He transforms into a bright blue energy, then zips across the arena and slams into your card core. Your opponent, Vorlax, produces another creature from his card core, a gigantic armadillo that looks like it's covered in titanium. You think about all of your options, all of the deity level creatures you have, but your mind lands on one in particular. One that, is almost as difficult to defeat as Magnus. Dominic the Dingo. Your card core glows, a stream of blue light shoots out of it, and forms itself into a dingo that's, about twice the size of a woolly mammoth. Dominic. He immediately summons a sort of stone armor around his body, and vines shoot up out of the ground. We will begin round 2 in 3, 2, 1, go. Immediately, Dominic begins to summon clones. They aren't energy clones exactly like most magical clones are. Dominic's clones are a little bit different. Each one is actually a different version of Dominic, from a different timeline, a different possible reality that never came to be. The clones start to appear all around the arena, surrounding the titanium armadillo. Each one looks a little bit different than the others. One has dark stone armor, another has really long claws, another is covered in thick vines rather than any kind of stone at all. some of them are different colors too. There's a silver one, a dark black one. There's one with glowing blue eyes, and another that looks rather battle-scarred, a slash across one of his eyes, and a whole bunch of scars across his body. Dominic disappears. He activates his camouflage ability and, well, presumably sits to watch the battle. After all, Dominic has never been one to get involved entirely on his own when his clones can do the job. He saves his own involvement for more important situations. In an instant, the titanium armadillo begins to flash across the arena. He moves quicker than you can possibly see, and in a flash, one of the clones turns back into energy and disappears. In another flash, the armadillo rolls across the arena and crashes into another clone, the one covered in vines. Clearly, the armadillo's fast. Lucky for you, though, Dominic has never been one to, accept time as it is. After realizing what's happening with the other clones, the remaining ones shift their awareness into a new rate of existence, a much faster rate of existence. Though, from your perspective, the battle simply transforms into a bunch of flashes that shoot from place to place. You catch a glimpse of one of the dingoes every now and then, or the titanium armadillo, but in general, they're all moving too quickly for you to perceive. A few more of the clones are destroyed, but they do add a couple scratches to the armadillo in the meantime. You see the titanium creature reappear behind two of the clones and slash them with his claws. The two clones disappear, transforming back into energy, leaving only a few clones behind. The armadillo flashes across the arena again, appears in front of another clone, and then freezes in place as a strange sound passes across the arena. A beautiful sound. Dominic the Dingo, the original one, reappears behind the armadillo, its mouth open, letting out an incredibly soothing sound. The armadillo seems content and, sort of stunned for a moment. And at that exact moment, every one of Dominic's remaining clones suddenly appear beside it and unleash a swipe of their claws, a bite of their teeth, a smash of their tail. The armadillo is wrapped in vines, hit with stone attacks, and pummeled until it eventually cracks. Then, in a flash, Dominic, the original one, disappears from where he's standing and reappears with his mouth around the armadillo. He crushes its armor, and soon the entire thing transforms back into blue energy and shoots into your opponent's core. The crowd cheers. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we have a winner. Second point awarded. Match over. The crowd cheers. The protective force field surrounding you disappears, and you walk back towards the center of the arena. You call Dominic back into your card core. His remaining clones glow, rejoin Dominic, and then Dominic himself begins to glow and shoot into your card core. The announcer's voices appear again. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we are making history here again. The competitor from Earth, once again the first competitor in over 100 years from Earth at the Deity Level Tournament, has just defeated a tournament favorite, Vorlax. You put your hand out towards Vorlax, ready for a handshake, but instead, Vorlax turns his nose up, spins around in his little flying chair, and leaves the arena. Okay, you say, walking towards your dressing room door again. The doors open automatically, and as you walk inside, the noise of the crowd gets quieter and quieter. You head out of the dressing room door and down the competitor's hallway. You leave the building and immediately summon your magic wing card, allowing you to float high up into the air and back over towards your hotel. Seeing all sorts of people crowded outside with cameras and microphones and that sort of thing, you decide it might be better to avoid crowds right now. You spot the balcony for your room. You fly directly over to it and land on the porch. You scan your key card, the door unlocks, and you enter inside the building. You immediately collapse onto the bed. The lights turn off. You close your eyes, and with each breath, your body starts to sink down deeper and deeper into the mattress. And with each breath, your mind begins to wander off to thoughts of new dreams, new deity level cards, and new adventures to come. Good night, everyone.